Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Lu from Smart Science Tuition. This video, I'm going to introduce to you a very important group of chemicals known as acids. We are going to learn what exactly is an acid, some of the physical and chemical properties of an acid, and how acids actually play a part in our daily lives. And also, we're going to conduct some experiments to show you some of the chemical reactions involving acids. One of the physical properties of an acid is that it tastes sour, which is the reason why acids comes from the Latin word acidus, which means sour. Well, an acid tastes sour because when an acid is dissolved into water, it produces hydrogen ions, also known as H+ ions. Hydrogen ions results in all the chemical and physical properties of an acid. Another physical property of an acid is that they all have a pH of lower than 7. Well, what exactly is pH? So pH level is actually an indication of how much hydrogen ions there are in the solution. The more hydrogen ions there are in the solution, the smaller the pH number. pH 7 is also known as a neutral pH, that of pure water. Because acids all contains some amount of hydrogen ions, they have a pH of less than 7. Weaker acids such as the acids present in lemon juice, in vinegar, and in this chili sauce here that we eat in McDonald's, they contain a small amount of hydrogen ions. That's why their pH level lies between pH of 4 to 6. Strong acids such as hydrochloric acids, which is present in our stomach to help in digestion of food and killing bacteria, has a pH of around 1 to 3 because there's large amount of hydrogen ions in it. Another physical properties of an acid is that it conducts electricity. Some of the chemical reaction involving an acid is that of a reaction between an acid and an alkaline. Well, an alkaline is actually the opposite of an acid. So when these two chemicals mix together, they cancel each other out, resulting in the productions of salt and water. We typically perform this reaction in this setup here, also known as a titration setup. In the flask below, it contains an alkaline solution, which is pink in color. As acid is slowly added into the flask, the acid will cancel out the alkaline in the flask, turning the solution into a transparent color, indicating that the alkaline has been reacted with the acid. The next reaction involving an acid is one between the acid and a type of salt known as carbonate. This carbonate is actually present in redoxon and eno and even in the baking powder which we use for cooking. When we add acid to carbonate, the two substances will react together to produce carbon dioxide gas, water, and a salt. As carbon dioxide gas is being produced, it will bubble out from the solution, as you can see in this picture, where there are a lot of tiny bubbles coming out from the solution as the redoxon is reacting with the acid. The carbon dioxide gas that's being produced can actually be captured in a balloon, okay? And as you can see, the balloon now becomes inflated with the productions of carbon dioxide. The last reactions that involve an acid would be the reaction between acid and metals. These two substances will react together to produce hydrogen gas, salt, and water. The hydrogen gas produced will bubble out from the solution, as you can see in the form that we call effervescence. The more reactive the metal, the more hydrogen gas is going to be produced. Hence, you can see in this chart picture here there are test tubes filled with consequently less and less reactive metals, since the first tube actually produces a lot of hydrogen gas and the last tube only produces some hydrogen gas. So these three reactions of an acid is what you are going to learn in your school, and they are all that we have for an acid reaction. I have an experiment here where I have a light bulb that is connected to a battery. If I were to close the circuit, the light bulbs will light on. Now I am going to insert these two wire legs into a test tube filled with water. Look what happened. The light bulb did not light up. Well, that's because water is a poor conductor of electricity. I'm going to lower these two wire legs into another test tube, and this test tube is filled with an acid. See what happens to the light bulbs now. Can you see that the light bulbs actually lights up weakly? That is because acids can actually conduct electricity. One of the ways to know whether a colorless solution is acidic or not is to use something called a pH test strip. This is known as a pH test strip. The pH test strip will change color when you insert it into a solution to tell you what exactly is a pH. Remember, pH tells us how much hydrogen ions there are in the solution. The more the hydrogen ions, the lower is going to be the pH number. So I'm going to insert this pH test strip into the previous test tube that contains just water and look at the color change. Okay, now I'm going to compare this pH test strip to the chart that I have over here. Can you all see that the color matches that of pH 7? That's because pure water actually has a pH of 7, which I mentioned just now. I'm going to lower another pH test strip into the test tube that contains acids, and let's see what changes to the pH strip now. Okay, I'm going to compare this to the pH chart that I have, and look, it matches the color that of pH 0 and 1. So this test tube indeed contains an acid. After covering some of the physical properties of acids, now we are going to talk about 3 chemical reactions that involve acids. So in conclusions, I hope you have learned more about acids and the 3 chemical reactions of an acid. From the experiment that we have conducted, I hope that you are now more clear with what these reactions are about. Thank you for watching this video.